The Picanto was always a popular car, or at least is in Lebanon. Honestly, I never thought of reviewing a Kia, nonetheless the Picanto, because I never understood their sought-after charm. After 3 generations, I'm standing next to one in GT line at the top of the lineup and telling you why this particular car won my heart and why it's your best bet for the money. What is up, you guys? Master Cars Diva here, and today we have the brand new 2018 Kia Picanto. Our tester in today's review is finished in this optional clear white paint on the exterior and full black leather on the inside. Now for 2018, the Picanto is offered in 7 trim levels and priced to start at just over 10 grand in Lebanon. Go for the GT line and prices increase to 15 grand. Now the GT line gets a sportier body kit, LED head and taillights, and 16-inch alloy wheels. So getting in the 2018 Kia Picanto. Now, since we're in a Picanto, a very small car, we have to talk about space. Now, I'm 184 centimeters, yet the cabin feels airy and spacious. There is no doubt that the Picanto has evolved very nicely, and you can see that much effort has been put into making this Picanto well appointed. The layout of the cabin is much more organized and looks more upmarket than it used to be. Now the seats are faux leather, but you still get these accents. On our car we have the gray accents, and you can option it the way you want. You've got red and other colors too. And then, talking about elbow rests, we've got nicely padded. Here it's also leather wrapped, but it's quite hard. What surprised me is that this center console is the smallest center console that I've seen in my entire life in a car. I mean, you can barely put your hand on it, and the storage space is very small too. We'll talk into that later. But yeah, I mean, I really like the way it looks, and the steering wheel is very updated too. So talking about the steering wheel, it's a whole new design steering wheel for the Picanto. It's a 3-spoke or 4-spoke if you count these aluminum bits right here. But I really like the way it looks. It feels very upmarket, honestly, with the leather right here, and you've got these white stitchings around. I mean, if you give me any German brand and you put their badge right here, I mean, I would believe that. It's very upmarket and luxurious. But the downside of the steering wheel is that you have plastic right here, which is a bit, I mean, annoying. Knowing you have this all leather and these white stitchings. 9-3 grip is good. I mean, I really like that, but you know, with the stitchings it's a bit hard, and I feel it's gonna, you know, degrade with time. Now, coming on to instrument cluster, you've got your typical Kia gauges. So you have your speedometer and tachometer. They're very simple, but I really like the way they look. They do their job great. And you've got the display in the middle, which you control from this trip button right here. You can scroll into that, showing, you know, some information. And then behind that, your light commands right here with the wiper commands on the right. And now guys, let's rev the Picanto and hear that 4-cylinder roar. Under the hood is a 1.25 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, kicking out 84 horsepower and 121 Nm of torque. Now on the GT line, the 4-speed automatic is standard. You cannot get the 5-speed manual. But I mean, it's also a shame having just 4 gears in a 2018 car. Weighing just above 1,000 kilograms at 1,058 kilograms, the Picanto reaches 100 kilometers an hour in more than 13 seconds and tops 160 kilometers an hour. The fuel tank capacity is 35 liters, and the 4-cylinder unit does 52.3 miles per gallon combined. Now, coming on to the left, you've got these air vents with the glossy black. Then, one thing to note, the driver window is only automatic, the other are not. Then, coming on to the right right here, you have the infotainment display. If you want to get the 7-inch touchscreen, that comes only in the GT line S. But then it does the job great. You've got also Bluetooth to connect your phone. Then coming on down, you have the 2 air vents with the hazards. climate control. It's a one-zone climate control, obviously. Then you've got auxiliary port and USB port with a 12-volt power outlet and a cigarette lighter down there. You have a small cubby space right here and down there, which I really like. Now, a cool feature to note, as you can see, we have 2 cup holders, but if you want a drink, just push this button and you can put that to put your drink, and then you can swivel it back, go into place, just push them, it's gonna be like that. Then coming on to your gear shifter, you have this glossy black right here. I really like the way it is. It's round and looks a bit like a golf ball. And then coming on to the center console, which is honestly really small. I mean, look at my hand, just covering it all. It's very small. You've got these wide stitchings. It's really cool, but it's also hard. It's not plush at all. Opening that up, yep, you have very tiny storage space. It's a bit deep, but I mean, it's very small. You can fit whatever this is. And then opening the glove box, it slams down. It's also, that has a decent space. I mean, we don't expect it to be big. I mean, the whole car is very small, but you can put a lot of stuff. Then talking about the design of the cabin, I really like the aluminum that you have at this trim that you get on the steering wheel. It's really nice design. And overall, the cabin feels very upmarket. I mean, we always thought about the Picanto as just a car for 10 grand. It's not luxurious in any other way. But this GT line just changes all that. I mean, I really like the way it's designed. It's very upmarket, and it's worth of the 2018, model year. Now, to open up the trunk on your Picanto, you just hold this. It's gonna unlock your trunk. Then, opening that up, you've got this 255 liter of boot space. We have a lot of stuff right here, and under that you have a spare tire. And then I've got a suitcase right here, as you can see. And well, it fits nicely, and you can fit almost 3 of that in the boot, straight sitting down there. And the seats are 60-40 split, so that's a cool feature to have. Tinted windows here also. So sitting down in the back seat of the Picanto, well, it feels tight. I mean, it's not like in the front seats. I mean, I can barely fit. This is my driving position, and my feet actually touch the seat. But headroom, I've got this bit of space. But then again, it's okay. I mean, for short trips, it is fine. And then again, this leather that we've got, we don't have an armrest, unfortunately, and we don't get air vents here too. And then also one more disappointment, that you don't have door vents, but you still get these storage spaces right here. And then you have the speaker back there. But overall, it is okay, and it's perfect for small kids. I'm a big fan of the Picanto's new front fascia. It's got sportier and more aggressive body kits over the base models. You've got also these beautifully designed LED headlights, which seamlessly integrate with the grille. And the fog lights at the bottom are a real nice touch. I really like the red accents that you get on the grille, right here, and on the sides too. It is the front that makes up the car. There's the U-shaped daytime running lights, and then the bottom portion under the grille is an inverted U with fog lights at the sides. There's also the red C-shaped side air curtains directing air on the sides of the car. At the rear, you see that the Picanto is much smaller than the previous generations because of the design of the taillights that go inside of the trunk. And speaking of the taillights, they're also LED with the C-shaped, which look really cool at night. And then at the bottom, you have this red accents, a diffuser, as well as 2 exhaust tips coming, well, from one single exhaust. We can all agree that the new Picanto is much better to look at than before. Just look, this is the 2004 Picanto. This is the 2011 model, and here is the new one. And yet, the GT line Picanto looks light years ahead of its base sibling. Let us not fool ourselves. Never have we heard about the luxury and attention to detail of the Korean brands. But in the past few years, the Koreans are giving it all they got and are starting to control the whole market, especially with their encouraging prices. The Picanto has a touch of that, and that is a good thing. So why exactly did the Picanto win my heart? For the looks only, it has come a long way, and I honestly think it is a very good looking city car. And speaking of the city, you can easily park the Picanto because of its 3.6 meter length.
Let us not forget that it's very fuel efficient and you won't have to worry about refueling it very often. Kia's cheapest car was always successful, but now with added modernity and style, I bet sales will increase even further.
So guys, that's it for today. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on that notification bell so you can get all the latest reviews directly on your phone. And guys, till then, take care everybody. See you soon.